The dinosaur is an example on how petroleum is made. When the dinosaur died, it fell into the ocean. Then over the course of millions of years, its remains got compressed by layers of dirt and mud.
Petroleum is oil that is buried deep beneath the surface of the earth. Those remains of the dinosaur will eventually become petroleum oil, which can come from any plant or animal that was compressed. Over time, they become oil hotspots that are ready to be drained and get sent to refineries.
In the refineries, the oil is cleaned and turned into fuels and plastic for our own use. There are three main ways that oil is converted to electricity. The first way is through conventional steam, where oil is lit on fire to heat up water that makes steam that turns turbines to generate electricity. The second way is a combustion turbine. Oil is burned under high pressure, which creates exhaust gases. The gases can create electricity or turn a turbine. The other way is combined cycle technology. First, the oil is combusted in a combustion turbine. Once it's done with that, it can be heated to produce steam to drive a second turbine that creates electricity.
Petroleum oil is also converted to other types of fuel, like gasoline for cars.
There are various positives and negatives of this non-renewable energy source.
Some positives are that it's easily extracted from the ground and conveniently provides fuel and plastics for our own use. This means it takes little effort to retrieve the oil and it is easily made into these necessities.
Nonetheless, the negatives greatly outweigh the favorable outcomes of petroleum. It's non-renewable, which means we cannot reuse the already limited supply. It also releases a ton of toxins like CO2, nitrogen oxides, and sulfur dioxide. This leads to increased greenhouse emissions.
A new option for the world to consider should be biomass. Biomass is made out of anything that was once alive, such as plants, trees, and animal waste. Since energy from the sun is stored in most of these, burning it releases the energy, which can produce heat and electricity.
Some pros of biomass include reducing the need for fossil fuels globally. It is also renewable, which means we can always get more of biomass by planting trees and collecting garbage.
Unfortunately, there are negatives to this new solution. Biomass is extremely expensive and has a pungent smell. It also doesn't help the environment as much as it should because it needs a great amount of trees and plants to be used to produce biomass. To get energy from biomass, it has to go through a certain number of machines. Biomass from organisms such as trees get burned in a furnace. Then it transfers to a turbine and then a generator to finally produce energy. It releases less toxins in the process of making petroleum into oil and takes less of a toll on the environment, though there is still a portion of toxic chemicals in the air.
Humans should get rid of non-renewable sources completely and transfer over to only renewable sources like biomass.
Although it won't completely save the Earth, it'll certainly help generations to come lead easier lives.